Hello and welcome. Hello, hello, hello and welcome. Welcome and hello to this Warno 2v2 tournament hosted live. We're live. We've got our old friend Australia for Life. I saw it was Australia for Life lobby and I thought, oh, I've got to watch this one. And he's teamed up with our other old friend XL Freedom, Microsoft XL Freedom. And they're going up against two people I haven't heard of, Savitar and Dragon something. Warno 2v2 tournament live. So yeah, I'm just setting up the stream. Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome, and hello. Got 6 people watching. How is everybody today? Let's do a poll. Who wins game 1? Oh, I don't know which game it is. Who wins? Australia for Life. Or other guys. This guy is very entertaining to watch. He also talks a lot of smack, despite not being very good at the game, which is really, really, really funny. So I do find that very funny. Celebrity tournament, yeah. Hopefully we do see little goats. So yeah, I figured I've got like a couple hours, an hour and a half. I figured I'd do some some casting. How's it going, everybody? How's it going, Cheeseburger Freedom Man? How's it going, Pods on Google? How's it going, everybody? I just wanted to cover this game. If you're watching on Twitch, I will get to your comments eventually, but I do consider it better on YouTube. You get a higher bit rate. And if you're watching the VOD, check the timestamps in the description. Who knows how many games we'll get through. So yeah, let's speed up. So this is Old Stone Drago Tango. Oh, I've played against Drago Tango. And Savitar against Australia for Life and XL Freedom. So who's going to win? Who's going to win? Eid Mubarak. Eid's tomorrow for me. Although I suppose you do it from when Maghrib happens, right? So I guess if you've already had your sunset, then it makes sense. But yeah, Care Mubarak for when it happens. I'm doing all right. I'm not here tomorrow. I'm going to go see the fam for Eid, which is like Muslim Christmas. These guys ping so much. It's very annoying. Right, so they're off. And it's time to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. They get the names on the screen. They get the videos early. They get members exclusive videos. Great way to support the channel. I am unemployed through all fault of my own. I was going to say no fault of my own there, but we're not lying today. And yeah, we got Drago, Tango, and Savitar playing 5th Panzer and 2nd UK on the good side against Australia for Life and XL Freedom playing 7th Panzer, which is kind of a weird one. 9th is better, and 27Y, which is pretty good. Big air game coming out from Blue here. Phantom leading the way with another Phantom. Tanks a lot of shots there. Gets evac'd, and now it's a 2v1, and one of them's a Harrier HE. Bit of a miss micro there for Australia for Life. He went in on the bomber, which let the F4F just shoot him without rebuttal. Will the Harrier get stunned, or will it live? It gets stunned, and so now that's useless, and it's not going to be able to bomb the opener. Blue is on the good side. It's the good side because it's way easier to hold Echo when you have all the buildings on your side, and you get to here first, as you can see. And these trees are very important. All these trees are very important for this zone, and this zone. So the map is a bit stacked. I want red to win because Australia for Life is a really funny guy. Yeah, fair enough. Care Mubarak, Tom. How's it going, Juanel? Or Juanel? Not sure how to say that. Agent Alex, how's it going? Get rid of 6 US World. Yeah, but then I'll forget what it was. So I guess it's in this stream now, so I can just remember to check the stream. There we go. So yeah, Eid Mubarak, everybody. And this is why I'm not in the tournament. Because, oh, that's getting cleaned up there. I'm not here tomorrow because I'm going to go see the family for Eid, sort of like Muslim Christmas. So these guys unloading a little bit preemptively, like he knows this is empty because presumably this got here. You could just put this here and see if it gets shot and then you can get in, but nothing wrong with taking it a little bit slow. But what that does mean is he won't get that juicy tick there. Blue, with the advantage currently in that they've got both of these zones, although red really went pretty hard on this side. This is how me and Fortitude Fence did it in our game, and we lost because the whole town was just taken, and you know. But you basically need to own this and blue gets there first, so I can understand why they're doing it, and I can understand why we did it as well. Pioneer Carl Gustav are moving there, so they don't get to use their MG3. They would lose anyway to Spetsnazvedka with them being special forces and having the DMR and all. He should really be running away, but now that he's low cohesion, you can just run after him with these and kill him. He's got it on attack move though, so he won't notice. Sniper does have return fire on, so it's not going to open up there on these guys. That L96A1, the greatest sniper rifle ever made, apart from, of course, the scoped Mark III Lee Enfield. Are there any special rules for this tournament? I think it's just a 2v2 double elimination. So best of one's double elimination, like the one that me and Fortitude Fence did. It's organised by the same people. It's basically Fob and Icarus. These guys are really clumped up here. You hate to see it. Loses 2.9 squads there. Rounding error. And yeah, that's why you don't clump up like that, bro. Like, they should have had two going over here. You just never ever do that. Whenever you've got loads of guys together, just literally just shift click one here and then forwards, shift click one here then forwards. It's just get into the habit of doing that. There's no recon here, so this sniper's got free reign of the land. T-55s did get buffed in that their rate of fire went up to base 8, which effectively means 9 with the veterancy. And red has managed to sweep the right side. But blue owns left, and there's a pretty good flank here coming from Savitar, who I've not seen before. I've seen everybody else here. I've played against everybody else here. Although Drago Tango, I think, was in a 2v2. I've not played against Savitar. He seems to have a pretty good idea of what to do, which is, yes, just go around and put a load of ATGMs here, and then the enemy's reinforcements will get shot. They do know about it now. RM70... Oh, it's a grad. It's pushed pretty far up here. And, yeah, there's way too much here, really. Like, one Shilka here, that's fine, and you don't need the Strela, and you should have a recon unit here, and that's it. There's a big overinvestment, massive overinvestment there. In the meantime, blue's flank here has done wonders, and now red's in a pretty tough spot. In that, well, I suppose they can still move down here, but these reinforcements can't get to the front line. These don't outrange these because they are the diverse ones as opposed to the Malyukas. So down they go. And yeah, I mean, the Milan has this... Oh, actually, oh, this has 5% more accuracy. Yeah, because of course it does. Pact isn't allowed to have bad equipment. So of course this is better than a Milan 1. Because why not? And you'll note it also deals more suppression. Anyway, Leopard 2A4 gets dodged there. These got changed, so they reload in 2.5 seconds now, like every single other AT missile in the game. It used to be 1 second. Every single other fire and forgetty AT missile in the game. Losing Strelas here, losing fighters. TAM purchased. Double hit there. Well, one hit only. T80 BVK tries to dodge the bombs, succeeds. This is now flying over a Shilka. The Strela here did die though, so it might make it out. The Shilka has been buffed too, it's got more range now. TAM is literally garbage. How can anybody lose to this thing? And yeah, T55 shoot faster than Challengers. Yeah, it's just the way it is. Basically, well, let's not get into it, but essentially there are some people involved in the development who have a total hatred for all things NATO, and it really does start to show after a while. So there you go. The prices didn't change as well, so T55s are really, really good now. In fact, the fourth one actually got cheaper. Igla just sort of running into the enemy and dying there, as you do. These guys are basically too low to do anything. I'm not sure what's going on there. And yeah, red still owns this, so the tick has stopped, but this is getting pretty gnarly over here. I do think that the blue divisions are better, despite everything that I've been yapping on about. Overall, the blue divisions are better. Blimey, that's pretty unlucky, isn't it? Although it is the bad one, that is still pretty unlucky. Expect at least one hit from 4 missiles. Although I think he'd already used some missiles. So these guys, he ran them all in with 2 HP. So very ballsy play there. These were 2, 1, and 4 when he attacked. And so yeah, he's fighting the good fight there. pretty powerful. This is still here, which is, as you can see, this can't see this, despite being very good optics and being right next to it, because this has exceptional stealth, and that all got buffed. Okay, here we go. 3 men dead, presumably. Well, 7 men, 3 squads, so that's pretty rough, losing 3 squads like that. So, yeah, I think, you know, on balance, I think Blue's doing a lot better here. Red has managed to push this back. We'll stop the poll because, you know. But yeah, in real life, Challengers shoot just as fast as any other tank. The whole meme is that basically it's 2-piece ammunition, but the fact of the matter is the ammunition's half as heavy, so you can move it twice as fast. So it's really not slower at all, really. Also, they don't have the blast panels that very slowly open and close, so which you could say is a survivability issue. Whoops, I sort of clicked wrong there. Harrier goes down there, probably not worth it. And yeah, there's no recon here for red at all, whereas blue has some, and that means that these tanks can't really engage all the targets that they would otherwise be able to. Massive Jaeger spam coming in here, and with these 3 squads dying, red really needs to send somebody over there. Instead, they've just bought a bunch of Grads and RM70s, which I've only seen shoot once. This hasn't fired once. Fox moves up here, but it's not going to get very far, though it did get that Strela that was there. BMP2's going down there. Yeah, don't spoil the ending. Presumably it just ended. Don't spoil the ending, please. I always get people doing that. It's so annoying. There's a couple people in particular who I've had sort of a beef with for a while. And yeah, they just came in and just ruined the ending. And it's like, well, why'd you do that? Because they want to destroy it, you know. It's sad. The thing I enjoy most about Pact is its lack of variety. Oh dear. Yes, that's also true. Yes, Hesh basically, you know, there's a limit to what I can speak about, but they get these consultants in, and the consultants have certain biases. The thing is, Pact tanks all had Hesh as well, so Hesh basically just isn't simulated in game, essentially. But I believe Pact tanks had Hesh. I might be wrong on that. So these T-55s could just kill this. I mean, it's got M72 laws, so I'm not sure why he's running away. And, you know, there's just a real lack of recon here for red. Like, these tanks can't really engage. And, you know, you hate to see it. This Igla's going to die here. Just kind of a lack of micro from red. Blues isn't much better, to tell you the truth. I did like this flank around. Right, here we go. So the Grad's firing. This RM70 is finally shooting at something. And this is a pretty good spot to shoot. There's a lot there. Obviously, he's not to know that this is all just on the corner of it, but... Oh, they're 2 different guys, and they both shot the same place. That's good synchronization, actually. It's good synchronization. Sadly, it wasn't as effective as it could have been. But yeah, Challengers did get cheaper this patch, which makes sense for first UK, and does not make sense for second UK. Really, second UK needs to lose a card of Challengers, because getting these at 220 points is absurd. Second UK is very broken. 5th Panzer's not far behind. I'd say both of these divs are better than both of these divs. I mean, Pact objectively does not have all the variety, so I'm not sure what you mean by, like, in your mind. Well, there are definitely fewer units. You know, if I call a BMP a BWP, it does not make it a new unit. Anyway, I like this moving up with the SAS here, and you see that both players have synchronized this attack pretty well. You've got Drago Tango pushing the Jaeger in with A8 behind, and Savitor pushing this in. Obviously, like, these could be up here, really. So, Phantom F3 just flies past and doesn't do anything. This one misses, and now he's flying back over the enemy AA. And, yeah, okay. Anyway, the fighter... doesn't get tagged by the Ligmas there. It should be going on the Tor, really. Should be going on the Tor, gets hit by the Tor, and is dead. So, you know, really wants to kill these, I guess. This should evac. Oh, he didn't evac it very fast. And the Tor kills it again, so, yeah. Neither of these divs get seed. I can't remember if 5th Panzer gets seed. I don't think it does. Why are they retracting the armor? Yes, it's a very good question. The Pulmachiki were just sat here shooting, and the T-55, it looks like they did go forwards here, but honestly, it's just... I think Red has taken way too many bad trades here. Blue have used their Air Force quite well. Red bought a bunch of arty and then didn't really use it very much. Like, I mean, none of this is shooting. This is shooting. I suppose these have fired 1 salvo each. And so Red have lost a lot of momentum on the front lines. Like, just keep in mind, right, this T-55 is 80 points. And this is 210. So you get almost 3 of these for the price of this. So you basically get 5 of these. 5 T-55s for the price of these 2 artillery. Well, which one's going to help you more in this situation, right? You've already invested so much in this RM-70, which isn't shooting, and this Grad, which isn't reloading. And then they bought more arty, and you can see the results in front of you. Blue just bought units. So they bought planes as well. Lots of planes. So as you can see, the T-55s really do excel at these close ranges. You could say they excel freedom, haha. But Blue's taken this back, which gives them a +4 now, because this is a +2, and they obviously own this from the start of the game. And yeah, 7th instead of 9th was really weird. Imagine if that RM-70 had been the Napalm one. No foe would stand, right? And instead of having BMP-1s, he would have had BMP-2s, which are the best IFE in the game. So, you know, I mean, obviously the BMP-3 is better, but it also costs like 30 points more, so... Right? Now they're starting to cannibalize each other and just ping lots. Clearly getting a bit upset. And yeah, just like a lack of recon here. Like, Red really should have had a couple recon units in these trees, and they should have tried to take this, which was empty for most of the time. There was just one Fernsphere in this whole thing. If they'd got all this, once you get to here, Blue's not reinforcing, but instead they just kept slamming themselves into this. Like, you've got this, and that means that it's basically even Stevens here. And then they should have focused down here, and especially once you get to here, this is the reinforcement route. You just put 2,800 meter range ATGM on it, or whatever, 2625. And Bob's your uncle, but instead, you know, they just keep fighting here, which, you know, you do need to fight there a bit, right? I would definitely be putting some tanks here so that you could shoot across there, and you know, a couple ATGMs in here, bit of recon maybe, right? There's a lot of guys just not like this. Should be up here to see something. But yeah, it's looking pretty Jova. It's looking pretty Jova, and it is live, but. You know, what do you reckon? Should we speed it up? Who's TLA? I assume Skiff is Skiffic. I actually don't know. I don't know who TLA is though. Is that Atlas spelt wrong? They might be. I don't know. You'd have to check the Discord. I assume they would be, given that Atlas organising the tournament. It would be kind of weird if he wasn't playing. Although I noticed Icarus dropped out. I had a look at the bracket, and it looked like Icarus dropped out, and he was also organising the tournament. So I'm not sure what's going on. You'd have to just check the bracket. In fact, well, no, because if I check the bracket, I only get the team names. But they're called last time they were called Anime Thigh Highs or something, and I don't see that this time. Oh no, there's a team called Fob Fem Boys, and there's a team called Anime Sexy Boobies. So it's probably one of those two. So, so F4F's just diving in there. I mean, really, all they've got to do is buy 6 minutes, so I can understand it. You'll notice actually that Blue hasn't bought any arty, and like 5th Panzer especially gets a really good MLRS situation with the 2 Mars, the 4 Lars, and you know the Paladins. And 2nd UK gets some decent arty as well. And they haven't brought a single arty piece, so that's a big. I mean, they've won, I think. I can't really see Red coming back here. And that tends to reinforce, you know, whatever you did, because you're like, oh, I won. But the fact that they haven't brought a single arty piece is bad. Basically, the way these things work, yeah, I don't know, these guys, they name the teams. So that probably is Atlas team, or it might be Fob Femboys. And basically, artillery has diminishing returns. So these guys have bought too much arty, and these guys have brought too little arty. But one arty piece can do so much work. One smoke mortar can do so much work. Dodges that with his cheeky 20% ECM. Dodges that one as well. Wow. And red, they're making a big comeback here. It might not be Jova yet. This man has run out of ammo. What is this for a strategy? Just shoot me until you hit me. But they don't bring any recon, so they can't. This can't do anything because he can't see any of this because he doesn't have it. This is his only recon, and he's put it into a forest instead of moving it down here to see something. That was ill-advised. He did get a Leopard 2A3 for it though. But yeah, I mean, this is obviously where all the AA is because they've lost a few planes there. Whereas if the T8M was here, right, and this stopped shooting it, and this had fired and it's a roll on 2, so it takes a while to reload. So he should have used it over here, really. But their teamwork is pretty good. These two, like, look, they're both pushing the same forest at the same time. Like, that's not easy. And they're making a push here, which is nice. Seed out. Double seed out, but it doesn't do anything because javelin, roll on 2, trap rapier, roll on 2, trap rapier, javelin. So the only thing they killed was one Gepard. Because it's all non-seedable. It's all non-seedable, apart from the Gepards. So they just lost a bunch of stuff there for no good reason, really. But yeah, they're making headway here. I do wonder when the blue bombers are going to come back. Where's that Jaguar 2? Don't see much AA here. One Cub. And red, he's pulling these back, but really he should be pushing them into here so that they're safe. And yeah, if only red had taken this, like, they got so close, they got to here. This was empty apart from one unit, the Fernspeer, which has died somewhere along the way. Notice how they're using the Phantom to soak. This should now go in on the Cub, but instead he wants some BMP2s. There are 4 of them. I mean, it's good kills. Got a lot of infantry there, but I mean, really, these should be coming in on the AA. Yeah, oh, dives into it. Oh, runs back into it there. It's difficult to predict, right? And yeah, the Grad's going in on this little circle here. Sabotage saying, bro, reverse. Drago Tango is saying no. He is now saying yes, now that the volley is about to end. He has survived it. He has now changed his mind. And yeah, these guys never got into a position where they could shoot the transports before they came in, so red gets to reinforce. Sorry, blue gets to reinforce. Meanwhile, red is attacking over here. These T-55s are so good now, it's pretty crazy, although I believe... Yeah, because they've got 11 armor, they survive a Milan 2 hit, whereas 10 armor, they'd lose to a Milan 2, so they have to have 11. It's almost like somebody is just twisting the scales slightly behind the scenes, you know? They did used to have less than 11 armor. They didn't used to survive a Milan 2. Funny how that works. Anyway, red had their opportunity here, and now there's just way too much in here, so maybe they could grad it again, but for now they buy some more artillery. And yeah, imagine if they hadn't bought those 2 seeds, and instead they just bought... Because how much is a seed? 220, 230. How much is one of these? Plus the infantry, it's like 100. So imagine if they'd had 4 extra BMP2s, and they'd taken this. Right? They do need to take this. They can't just sit here. Obviously, we have perfect information, but the fact of the matter is, this game, one of the main things... is you got to cut your enemy's reinforcement route. You can't just let him constantly funnel people into the zone. It just doesn't work. So if you're here, you cut the reinforcement zone. They can't get into this forest anymore, right? If you're here, you cut the reinforcement zone. But meanwhile, all we've seen from both teams, with the exception of one player by Saboteur where he came down here, which was very smart, all we've seen from both teams is just I punch you in the face, I punch you in the face, I punch you in the face, and it doesn't work. Well, I mean, it does work, but it's just very, very inefficient. And if your enemy cuts the reinforcement road and you don't, you lose. So, is the Mars the HE one? I thought it was cluster. Yeah, it's cluster. It's not HE. But yeah, with 17 minutes left. Okay, so the grads are back out. And, you know, they got the FOB, right? They've not really been using it very effectively. This has actually missed. So all of these guys are fine. And they've not interrupted the volley, they just keep going. And yeah, I mean, they got a few here because Savitar generously just drove some people into it. But yeah, this massive blob, perfect for gradding, was missed. And okay. No smoke. Just gonna sit there and get shot. Like, what? I mean, he's getting pretty lucky here, to tell you the truth. This has now missed 2 rounds against that, and it's not far away at all. What? Wow, this guy's so good at the game. You know, sometimes you don't recognize it. Well, I'm quite surprised that this hasn't shot. But yeah, there's the surrender. So that's the game, right? And then that finally goes down. So I hope you learned something about how to play, how not to play. Really weird to see blue not bring a single artillery piece. Apparently, I'm red-blue colorblind. And looks like Australia has rage quit and left Excel here to die or something, I guess. And yeah, he misses again. I mean, it's kind of hard because obviously you don't know where in the forest they are, and that's why you do it while you're fighting. So you're fighting here, and then you do the ground because obviously you can see them then. Yeah, this is Jova, dude. I just want to see the kills. Pretty BM. Oh, there you go, an arty piece. Will it fire before the game ends? AFL's a really funny guy. He's always entertaining to watch. He plays a very, very aggressive game. And he also talks a huge amount of smack. And he's not that good. And it's very, very funny. So, I always like watching his games. Because you got to admit, like, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? And yeah, it's got to be rigged, bro. Maybe he crashed. He might have just crashed, to tell you the truth. I mean, you got to give these people benefit of the doubt. Although, I mean, the fact that, like, XL obviously can't win this, I'm not sure why he's still in the game. Because you don't get your teammates' income, unlike in Warno, Red Dragon, sorry. Unlike in Red Dragon, you don't get your teammates' income. So, yeah, general advance called here for blue. 30 seconds left on the clock. It will be faster for us because we're speeding it up. And there's the surrender. So, yeah, GG. You see the KD wasn't actually that different. It was mainly like losing stuff at the end, right, which costs a lot of KD. But yeah, generally, you know, a bit of an overinvestment in planes and RT for red, and underinvestment for blue, and just neither side trying to cut off any reinforcements here. So Drago Tango, you know, rank 365. Have you reset this, or have you actually only had 257 games? Pretty impressive if you've only had 257 games. Savitar, 397 games. XL Freedom, 1,058. Australia for Life, 2,869. I think that's more than me, with a cheeky 39% win rate. So it needs to watch more Hippie YouTube videos. So yeah, very exciting. Alright, well yeah, pretty impressive beating some guys with 10 times your games. Very impressive, actually. So there you go. So that was a game. Anime versus IDK the name. Kursk versus Red Bull. Gamning. So which one do you want to see? 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoever types a number between 1 and 4 first, we watch that one. I guess there's a small delay, right? But yeah, GG. GG Savitar was a good game. I liked your flank. You were the only person who tried to cut a reinforcement road in the whole game. So I do like it when people play quote-unquote properly. Nobody's typing a number between 1 and 4. There you go. Exclamation mark. 4 got there first. Exclamation mark doesn't count. So we're watching Kursk versus Red Bull. Oh, yeah, there must be a delay because they all came through at once then. So here you go. We've got Max Verstappen and I Won the Internet, who are presumably Red Bull, versus Critic and SPG9 emoji. So this should be pretty entertaining. They're playing on the old Hesse, the team Hesse. Yeah, put in your who wins Red Bull Max Verstappen. Yeah, but it's just the polls take too long. And this isn't a democracy. Or what were they called? Kursk. Very topical names, I suppose. uh, yeah. So yeah, I will have to go at like 6:30, and then I'll probably just have to go. But I've still got like 40 minutes, so probably enough time for 1 or 2 more games. Just checking my phone here while we wait for them to deploy, because we are all caught up here. So how are you? I hope you're having a good day. I'm looking forward to seeing my family. I mean, I love them dearly, but we don't have much in common. What I look forward to is being able to drink a glass of water. I mean, I'm looking forward to that. Stay hydrated, bros. 1839. So yeah, will Max Verstappen rush? He's got the honkers. This is the fastest vehicle in the game because it's special forces. Oh no, it's not actually the fast. No, it is the fastest vehicle in the game. Special forces Max Vet honker. It is as fast as an LSV Milan. It goes faster than the 120 km/h American ones because those aren't special forces. The special forces gives you wings, bro. Oh wow, getting all the good jokes in today. I don't feel very confident about this. 1-1. He's playing ninth, so they're both packed. Max Verstappen has picked fourth Polish, which. No, I haven't added Iftar because it's 17:59. And that happens at 16:39. But yeah, I don't know what I'll do after this. I think because I have to render some videos for tomorrow, make the thumbnails and everything. Because I cast a game today and some other stuff. I need to render some stuff. Get 3 videos out into members early access. There's a bunch more I did a few days ago. And then I gotta get to bed. I gotta be up at 6:30 tomorrow for my travel arrangements. What about the Delta Humvee? It's the same because it's 100 and it's Special Forces and it's Max Vet if you bring it at Max Vet, so it's the same. But yeah, fourth Polish. So we had a tournament with fourth Polish. We've had a few actually, and fourth Polish is continuously. It's nobody plays it in ranked, but it's actually got a really good win rate in tournament games, which is really interesting. What's my opinion on Albania? I don't know. I shouldn't say anything rude, but there's a. I don't know, it's such a small country, and so many of them seem to be over here attacking swans and stealing things that aren't nailed down. So I'm not sure what's going on over there. I know how it is for a lot of Eastern European countries that basically all their criminals just left. And so it's not that the average Albanian is a criminal. It's just they're like, well, let's just leave and go rob Western Europeans because they're richer. And then like now all these Eastern European countries are actually really safe because their criminals just went to richer countries to rob them. So, it's interesting. But yeah, there is like a serious problem in the UK with Albanian crime gangs. So I don't mean that's the only thing I know about them. You could call it racist, but it is what it is. Certainly I don't like it when people compare me to certain people jumping in cars and driving very fast through German farmers markets. So I suppose these things they cut both ways, but yeah, it is what it is. You've asked me for my opinion, and that is it. Uh, but yeah, I was talking to a guy the other day who said he's like a park ranger, and he goes around the park because the Albanians steal bird eggs from like endangered birds. Like, who the hell does that? Is there a lot of money in that? So he just basically just canvasses the forest all day looking for these people. And yeah, there's a few very funny photos of them like attacking swans and trying to eat swans. Basically in the UK, swans are a protected animal because it's like the queen's animal. And yeah, there's lots of pictures of I'm trying to find the very specific one of 2 Albanian guys trying to like fit a swan into a van. I'm not sure what they wanted to do with it, but I'm trying to find it. Uh, nah, Google's useless now, honestly. Google Images is just terrible. It doesn't work for anything. There's so many, they put a lot of propaganda in the algorithm, so there's certain things that will just never come up. Um, and then you scroll to the bottom and it says, yeah, whatever. I don't know, there's a really funny photo of two guys trying to fit a swan into the back of a van. Whatever. Maybe this game can start before I get myself banned. Yeah. Yeah. I have no idea where the Kerguelen Islands are. And yeah, there's a lot of AI stuff now. Like entire things just written in AI, like entire websites which are just AI. French Southern and Antarctic Islands, the Kerguelen Islands. Interesting. I have no opinion on this. Strikes me as a place I wouldn't really go. It's next to the McDonald's Island. That's interesting. That's my favorite island. It is now, anyway. My favorite island is the one with that tribe that hasn't been contacted yet. And once every couple of years, you get this, like, I will go spread Christianity to the tribe. And, and then they just get filled full of arrows. I do find it very funny. I probably shouldn't, but it is really retarded if you're going to do that, so you deserve it. So, hello and welcome to this 102v2 gameplay between Max Verstappen, who's zooming down the road here, although he's being counter-zoomed by hashtag AT. Didn't really go as far as I'd like him to have gone there, so there you go, Red Bull not giving you wings. And they're going up against Team Kursk, made up of Critic and SPG9 symbol. First blood goes to hashtag AT for taking out quite a lot here. Max Verstappen, his need for speed made him just unload all this stuff in front of the enemy and do a lot of dying there. Although the OSA, the wheeled OSA, the fastest AA in the game. Actually, that's not true. I guess the fastest would be the Javelin LML ATMP thing. Anyway, a very fast AA, thus fitting into the name. He's going in there. Pychota driving into the meta squad. Will he notice in time? Doesn't notice and loses his guys for no good reason. Honka here died, and AT has done a very good job of taking this. Basically, if you want to win this map, nothing happens here. Just try and take this, if you're red, and then that gives you access to this zone. This also applies to 1v1. But yeah, red certainly went a lot faster than blue on this side, although they are playing Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong also regarded as a generally weak div. The advantage is that they've got really, really good infantry, and so if you're playing a team game, you can afford to specialize, as we see here, and get stuff done. So, going pretty well so far. It's chewing 5 gum. Yeah, it's really interesting the way this game is designed. Honestly, my dream is to talk about anything other than Warno and just constantly get sidetracked. So let's talk a bit more about the game. Critic here has survived the opening salvo from I Won the Internet. Basically, I Won the Internet will get weaker the longer this game goes on relative to 119Y, so he really needs to be the one pushing here. Max Verstappen tried to zoom down this road and got smacked. Here he is outside his car, you know. Well, Six Semper Max Verstappen fans, this does have 2,800 meters range, but actually so does this. So he shouldn't have smoked there because it only did 1 damage, and if he hits this, it pops like a cherry. How's it going, Sea King? Yeah, as you said, Awan, lots of buildings here, works very well for Donkey Kong. The advantage that both of these divs get, and I think the reason why Max Verstappen chose this div, is the coffin launchers were very, very, very useful for clearing out towns. And fourth gets the most coffin launchers in the game. It also gets 4 MLRS, so you can buy 2 FOBs and really stack it. They went for 1 FOB instead. Ninth, of course, its big advantage is the Napalm Grads. If you get a good Napalm Grad off on this, it will die, but it is 345 points for the Napalm Grad. So, yeah, there goes Max. So the voting has closed. That's 62%. Paradox Games Slap. Yeah, I used to play them. I used to play Hoi 4, like, multiplayer with my friends every weekend, and it just got so salty. Yeah. We had all sorts of stuff. Like, I had to, like, bail out from Italy because I had to go to the hospital because of my family, and, like, in the middle of a game, and then it's, like, stuff like that, and it's, like, basically, you can spend 6 hours preparing and then just lose. And it's like, well, there goes your whole evening, right? Because we would start at 6 p.m. on a Friday, and then by 10, World War II would start, right? Because obviously you do the whole build-up and everything. And then you know, we'd get... Sorry, guys, my mum said I have to go to bed. And so, no, there goes Germany. So, yeah, eventually I just got sick of it because of how long it takes, and when we would play, and the salt. But yeah, I used to play them all. Victoria 2 with my friends, High 4 with my friends. They all still play, I just don't play with them anymore. I mean, I think they're still my friends, but I generally spend my time making Warno videos and complaining about PhD. So, yeah, I mean, pretty stable front line here. Like, Red managed to push all the way up here. Like, Red is winning. It's just really strange that neither party has brought the coffin launchers. Does Donkey Kong get coffin launchers? Somebody check that. I don't think they do, actually. I know Fourth does. I don't think Donkey Kong does. What they do is... Oh, yeah, Jebem. Gbem. Yebem is very, very, very rude. It's Eastern European for, like, having relations with your sister or something. Here we go. So this is what it's all about. This is why he picked this div. And we'd like to see a bit more of this, a couple more, well, one more of these, and supply next to them at all times, so they can always be firing. You don't really only need 2, but, yeah. So I won the internet, contributing some T-72s here, and Max Verstappen getting pushed back here by, you know, hashtag AT, who must be a Hamilton fan. I'm also a Hamilton fan because he's British, but he is sort of a knob, so, so he's very British. Over here, I won the internet's decision to invest in Napalm Grad is about to pay off. Critic needs to keep driving forwards. He needs to keep driving forwards here. No, keep driving forwards, Critic. No, he's showing side armor. He needs to smoke as well. What is he doing? Right, so there you go. Death avoided. This should have been interrupted. This should have been interrupted as soon as he left the circle. What are you doing? Now you can't shoot for 330 seconds. Yeah, this is an... I have friends, yeah. Yeah, that's very true. Strategically cinematic. It does get 1 card. Well, there you go. I mean, that's what it should be about for both of these teams. Thank you, thank you. That's what they should be doing, and only Max Verstappen has found the... You'll notice he's actually turned the other guns off, because if you start attack positioning over here, they start... It'll try and use the tank gun if it runs out of these, if you shift click and stuff. So, Critic doing a great job there, although he did lose 1 T-80U. He killed a lot of T-72s. And do you see this from I Won the Internet? He's coming through on both sides here. Critic needs to get out of there, really. I can hear the sound of a bomber. He's going for the AA. That's pretty smart, actually. That's very smart, actually. Max Verstappen, very smart player. And you see it gets out, and now there's 1 AA dead. Whereas if it had just gone for the bombers, that AA would have been shooting the whole time. Definitely would have done at least 1 damage with that spag. So always focus down the AA if you can, because then you get free range for the bombers. And what you're doing in killing the AA is the enemy immediately buys another AA because he sort of has to. So you're getting really good value there. Whereas if you kill another frontline unit, the AA shoots your unit more and so on. Coffin launcher, whoa! Bit of a miss there. And yeah, AT's doing really well. What he could do is buy. So I do like how we set up here. That is very, very intelligent gameplay. Um, he's coming through the pipe, right? Are we allowed to make that joke? Their team is called Kursk. Are we allowed to make that joke? Maybe not. That was a good bombing run. There isn't really a lot of AA here. What I would love to see from Red is, yes, having a fighter up at all times, because they get the best fighters by a country mile here. They get the MiG-29s and the Su-27s in vast quantities. So Red basically win it all across the board here. And yeah, the Napalm Grad does a lot of damage to armor. Osa going down there. Yeah, it's not looking good for blue. It's not looking good for the 50-60% of people who voted for Max Verstappen here. Looks like Kursk is winning. And yeah, basically fire deals too much damage to armor. You know, it's one of those things where it's like we ask them for a lot, and these kind of bigger changes tend to not happen. But yeah, fire does way too much damage to armor. Because it's not the rounds landing, it's the fire, and the fact that if you get caught in a pretty unfortunate patch of fire, your unit starts spazzing out, and it just drives through more and more fire, and then dies. So that's how you kill the armor with it. But Critic, like, look, this is routing, and it's reversing, so they fixed that bug. For those of you who don't know, recently a bug was fixed, where before this would turn to show side armor and just die. Now it routes, and it reverses. So there you go. Thank you, Eugen. Might have to make a separate video on that. And yeah, people do sleep on 4th Polish simply because 20th Polish exists, and it's better. I think... But yeah, 4th Polish does have like quite a high win rate in tournaments and stuff, despite it being seen as so weak. So there you go. I won the internet. Lost the internet there, and... oh yeah, we're caught up 100%, but this game is clearly over. So we might as well go into the next one, but it just depends if this guy resigns in the next few minutes or not. Because then I'll have time to view another game. Hippie, I'm a 10v10 player. Should I play 1v1? Well, it's entirely up to you, right? It's your copy of the game. You will probably lose your first 10 1v1 games. I prefer 1v1 simply because 10v10, you don't really have any control over the outcome of the game. You have 1/20th control over the outcome of the game. Literally 1/20th. And yeah, defeat. So wow, it really didn't take many losses at all, this Critic guy. Rank 357, 1,000 games. So he's not played many ranked games, which is the only reason he's low. You'll see he's actually only lost one game there, 75% win rate. 1,000 games with a 75% win rate, very respectable. 100 games with an 80% win rate. This guy's clearly reset his profile. Yeah, bro. I have an 80% win rate with 107 games. And an 80% win rate in ranked. Yeah, Max Verstappen here, rank 78 with 635 games. And I won the internet rank 170 with 405 games. So these guys are all really good players. But yeah, this guy clearly reset his rank. These guys are clearly the better players. I mean, obviously they won, right? But yeah, I don't know. I like the idea behind being Max Verstappen, but that doesn't win your game, sadly. Next game. You can reset your rank. You can't reset your ranked ladder. They do that automatically, but you can reset your total games. Oh, there you go. So Icarus is playing. It's weird because I looked at the bracket and it said he got knocked out. So I'm not sure what happened there. Oh no, I see. This was a team called Icarus Fan Club, which might not have actually had Icarus in it. Might have been somebody else. Or presumably was. Anyway, yeah. We've still got Anime versus IDK the name. There's no point spectating Icarus because he'll be streaming, so you might as well try and carry... Oh, here we go. This is going to be fun. So we got Slavia and Atla playing as Anime. Anime Sexy Boobies. So there you go. Atla is playing, to the guy who asked. I knew he'd have the most degenerate name. And he's teamed up with Slavia. I'm not sure which Slavia, but I can check for you. Because I've got one of them on my friends list. It's the other one. It's the older one. There's two of them, and they're brothers. The older one and the younger one. So, you know. And yeah, they're going up against Pasta La Vista, who was ranked about 20. And then CC shooting Kakaps in Ukraine. Alright, whatever. What the hell is a Kakap? What is a CC? Content creator? What? So, yeah, let's find out what their team name is. It's FOBHQ, because of course it is. Yeah. World War III can't come fast enough. And we're playing on Vertigo Team, which is basically my least favourite map in existence. Although it does have these back zones, which the 1v1 one doesn't have, and they just never added those, so big sad. Yeah. We've got 3rd Armoured and TKS going up against 35Y and 76Y. So basically Slavia only plays VDV divisions, and Atler I've only seen on 76 as well. But they must have banned 56Y, otherwise one of them would definitely be on that, because it's better. So we've got double airborne going up against TKS and 3rd Armoured. If this is, what's his name? Kryjev, then Blue has a really good chance of winning, because Kryjev is very, very good at the game. And late game, 3rd Armoured is just going to roll everybody. The main issue is TKS. So let's get the poll on the go. Who wins WOS, which stands for Warno Anime Society. And, oh no, yeah, Bob's Anime Sexy Boobies is probably Kryjev and Pasta. And Fob Femboys is probably Atler and Slavia. Or Fob Femboys. Society. So basically, whoever wins society loses. And I'd like to take the time to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. They get the names on the screen, they get the videos early. Members exclusive videos, 1 join at the lowest level. So 2,000 views. I am unemployed. Which means that if you don't support me, I end up like this Gazelle Lise here. But yeah, I do appreciate it. I appreciate you all watching. 131 watching. I appreciate you watching. You can check out FOBHQ, where they organise this tournament. It is actually linked in the description, the Discord invite. They do a lot of tournaments now. WarYes tends not to do so many tournaments anymore. Basically, the WarYes admins don't play the game that much anymore. They've all gotten really bored of it, so... they still do tournaments, right? It's just fewer. So Fob is doing a lot recently, actually. So credit to them. And there is a prize pool here of $150. I believe you can contribute to it. Milan 2 taking out BMD 2 here, and this is the power of TKS. They've got a really good forward deployment. What? But sadly, the average TKS player is retarded, so... You know, it sucks. Why not put guys in these buildings and force your enemy to fight for all that ground? On the defensive, you get a lot of done. You know, put guy here, you can get a lot of guys as they drive past. But no, we're just sitting here apparently. So basically, you'd expect Red to have a really good early game advantage, and then Blue should be able to come back. This is so dead, man. And yeah, just sort of a general, like, is this actually Kryjev, or is it one of the other ones? Oh no, this is Pasta. Pasta's pretty good as well, actually. But yeah, Kryjev is really good. Like, I can beat Pasta, although I've not played him in a while. I can't beat Kryjev. So that's your power scale in there. In terms of these guys, I've not played against this Slavia recently, but I used to be able to beat both of these guys. So the 3rd Armoured's the best player in the game, and he's on the best team div in the game here, really. These are all basically 1v1 divs. TKS is a troll pick, so we'll see if this anchor can pull Kryjev down. It is worth noting that Kryjev is on the bad side here. Has anybody figured out what a Kakap is yet? Don't make me choose. And Yeah, 82nd isn't OP anymore. 82nd is actually fairly weak now. Ever since that Dragon Range nerf was just such a short-sighted thing to do. Basically, oh, hull breach there. This used to just blow up your vehicle, by the way. You just used to blow up in one hit. I had 2 tournament finals that I was in where my tank got hull breached and just exploded in one hit. And then I complained to them, and then they fixed it. And now it only does 1 extra damage or 2 extra damage or something. So there you go, I died for your sins. Over here, as expected, sitting in a little forest is going to leave you to lose. Especially, he's basically being 2v1 here as well, so... I guess they expected this to happen and they wanted to take this. Oh, yeah, because look, they're both going in here. So really good teamwork from both teams here. You know, red swept this, blue swept this, but red got there first, and they're ticking up on a +2 here. The packed planes are better, especially that MiG-31M. So, as you can see, Eagles are kind of crap, and they cost loads. Anyway, this man is hiding in some smoke, which has actually been fired by his opponent. So, you know, life, I guess. And, yeah, so blue's taken this, which is a very important point to hold, actually. And they're about to take this, but yeah, basically, this is the good side, because you can put a bunch of guys up here and defend, whereas blue can't really do that. They can put guys back here, but it's not the same. This can literally see everything. You know, this is a lot harder to hold than this is, basically. And if you put a ATGM in here, you can shoot this. Whereas if you put an ATGM in here, you cannot shoot this reinforcement road. Even if you get it all the way up to here, you can't really shoot it. Having said that, this should really be over here. Belazor goes down there as the smoke fades, and there you go, the tick stops. So basically, red are on a clock here. They're on a big timer here. Having said that, the waste of space that is TKS is going to drag blue down a lot. But if Kryjev can just do all the work, then he can win. The main issue is, of course, IFV spam, and there's 2 IFV divs here, and like look at how many there are. So blue needs to sort of hold on to this and this. Eagle misses the MiG-31 again, and then dies to 2 Strela hits. But that means the Strelas aren't shooting the Apaches, which also doesn't kill the Eagles because it's the rocket one, not the other one. So yeah, as you can see, the Eagle is garbage. This is good, this is smart. Look, they're unloading this here. It's got auto sell on, so it'll actually drive down here and try and sell, which hopefully it notices that before it happens. It's from Arabic. Interesting. So it means butcher or slaughter. Double Alpha Jet bombing run there, which gets literally nothing because they just moved, because it takes 9 seconds for these bombs to drop. And
I like money.
Oh, thank you.
Bob Saget super shouted $10. Play less Warno. Watch more Hippie.
Based, yeah. Basically, you shouldn't do anything in life except you got to work, obviously, so that you can give me all your money. And then in all your free time, and also while working, you should watch Hippie YouTube videos. Yeah, that's basically the key to success in life. I should sell a course or a book, but no, I do appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. For the one person who doesn't know I'm joking, don't do that. If you need to be somewhere, all the VODs are saved on the website. All you got to do, right? All the VODs are saved, right? So if you just go here, right? You just click Hippie here, right? And then, you know, you see all this. I'm live right now. You go to live. All the VODs are here. So if you're busy, right, you want to go do something, go do it. This isn't going anywhere. Got to look out for number 1. Anyway. So blue have managed to secure this. And these die in 1 hit to this because they've got 10 armor, which means they die to a Milan 2 as well, unlike the T-55, which has 11. So it will survive a Milan 2. However, this will survive a Conkers, and, you know, Milan 2s aren't on back. So there is that to think about. This is the best mortar in the game. It has the most range. It has more range than a 120mm mortar. I'm not sure why, but it does. And yeah, I guess TKS can start speccing into RT now, which is what he's doing, I guess. But yeah, I do wonder what the plan is here for blue, because pouring into... Like, they're on the bad side. This is a very uphill struggle. Pouring into this is very difficult. Like, TKS can do it. 3rd Armoured cannot fight in there. So maybe the TKS player needs to flood this with a bunch of FS Jaeger B1s and Green Berets and try and sweep it. Even then it's an uphill struggle because red has the better stuff, being VDV and all. And or blue can just hold here and attempt to get it back in this way by heavy tanks, drive heavy tanks forwards, backwards. You got to secure this, right? And you got to take this out because they'll shoot you down here. But you can move up to this building, then you can sort of do stuff. But as you can see, the Eagle at 280 points gets outranged by the MiG-31 significantly at 300. Wow, I can upvote that comment. It's interesting. Yeah, so they've been practicing, have they, Mars? Fair enough. So MiG-31 survives again. What I will say is that TKS gets Eyehawks, and he should really be buying those. And he's not doing that. That was close. Like, what is the TKS player doing? He's buying loads of infantry, I guess, which I suppose he has to do. Anyway, so red, they've smoked up and they're trying to get back in, and they've got ATGMs up here, but what blue can do is hide behind these houses so that the ATGMs can't hit them, sort of. You can see this sort of still can hit them, and then they can still shoot down here. But yeah, I like the smoke play from Atla. Basically, these guys should be aggressively counter-batterying that smoke, but instead, this one's doing nothing. These two aren't doing anything, and this guy's shooting a Spetsgrupper over here. Oh, it's 2-in-1, so I guess it sort of makes sense, but... yeah, this sort of lack of team play here. The TKS player needs to come over here, or the 3rd Armoured player needs to come over here. They can't do this lane thing, because look, both Atla and Slavia have contributed to this attack, and they're basically 2v1ing. That does miss there, but there's another one. Oh, okay, he sort of decided he didn't want it. And yeah, Fire Team Dragons isn't going to cut it here. You need the TKS player to commit on the infantry here, or the 3rd Armoured player to commit on the armour over here. Because the TKS player can't go into here alone, and the 3rd Armoured player can't go into this alone. So just superior team play from red here. It's used as a slur in Poland to describe communists. Oh, interesting. Smoke the forest when they could be mini-gradding it. It's mainly to stop the Abrams from shooting. It's mainly to stop the Abrams from shooting, because you don't want the Abrams to just be killing all your IFVs. This is very risky. He's not got a backup CV. I think red's going to win this. I think the TKS pick was just big troll. If this guy had gone 20th Polish, which I know he can play because I've seen him on it, I think things would be going much better for blue right now. Is he going for the mortars? He is. There you go. And there are... Oh, yeah, there are mini-grads here. So, yeah, these aren't firing either. They could be firing. And, yeah, still +2 for red. Something blue can actually do is just smoke this and run in, because this zone is massive and there's a house here. So you can just smoke this and run in. So I'm really surprised he's not done that, given that they've got all these mortars and they've got this CV. But, yeah, people are used to the 1v1 cut of the map where you cannot do that. So Fire Team Dragon did their best here. They actually got, you know, they got some units. Wow. What the hell's going on there? Oh, it's the Bradleys! It's like, whoa! Mr. Flynn here. Doing a lot better than I thought he was. But yeah, no, there were 2 Bushmasters here. So a really powerful play from blue. Red just sort of mega throwing here. How on earth did he let this happen? Now there's 2 Bradleys behind him. This is really bad news, actually. There are those mini-grabs that he talked about. Mars talked about, I think. So Bradley's doing a lot of work here. They don't want to go in here. They want to stay here, really. But he's getting a lot of work done here. Oh no, he's reversing into the enemy. Oh. Okay, it misses twice, and it would need 2 hits to kill anyway, because it's got 5 armor. Maybe even 3 hits. But they don't... Ooh, no. Okay, that would not have killed that either, because it's got 4 side armor. Wow, I didn't know it had 4. So this is still alive. And there you go, Pasta's given some infantry now. They're starting to get their brain in gear. Here we go, mortars for the smoke to do that. Very smart. And Pasta's giving infantry now, so they've realised they can do it. So this game, it's beginning to turn around. It's beginning to turn around. I mean, the amount of losses Red took trying to get back in this zone for 20 seconds was huge. There was so much more here 5 minutes ago. So LGBT's out. Here we go, Sniper gets something. And he's actually brought the truck with him, which is pretty funny. And yeah, the LGBT presumably searching for the Bradleys. And they just really need some Eyehawks over here. Spetsnaz Gru, this isn't a good spot, but the sniper spots it and he needs to leave now. And yeah, so what blue need to do is the third armored player needs to seize this, right? And then the TKS player needs to come in here, and then they can do it. The alternative is that the third armored player seizes this, and they just attack this way. They attack from here into here, which they can do, but currently there's a lot of units just sat around for not doing anything for both players. I guess you gotta keep people here in case they attack. Here we go, Ping comes out. He's saying, look bro, just get that smoke on the go. These are self-propelled smokes, so you can just queue up move orders and smoke orders constantly, and you cannot be counter-batteried except by the cluster mortar, which they don't have. The Bradleys are still alive, they're about to run out of fuel. Oh my gosh, they're engaging the helicopters. That's really bad news for Slavia. Although it looks like he's going to make it out. LGBT didn't drop on that. This is a very powerful play, and I really don't understand why TKS didn't bring the Eyehawks. He needs them, again, especially against 76Y and 35Y. They like their planes, particularly the former. And yeah, they just didn't do it. So the game starts to slow down a bit now, but we did see the CV purchased here, and I really do think there needs to be a little bit more coordination here. Like, they need to take this. Once you've got this as blue, red can't get back in anymore because you just ATGM them constantly. They can't use their helicopters, and if you get a recon unit to here, God help red, right? Because they literally can't see anything. Sorry, they literally can't hide anything. All this R-Tune stuff would be dying, and yeah, so this is where blue needs to go, and the TKS player needs to flood this, but instead we've got M40A2GA2 gameplay. Okay, Bradley went down there, Spetsgrupper, 21 pen. LGBT2 dies, here we go, so he is contributing AA. They've got Stingers, they've got Rolands. You would expect a death there from, oh my gosh, all this AA. And none of it's seedable, which I guess is probably why no Eyehawks, but honestly you need the Eyehawks, dude. Is there a reason why the team versions of these maps have massive zones? Yeah, because all the 1v1 cut used to look like this. And basically, Balance Man hated having big zones because basically I would smoke the corner and run in, and he wasn't happy about that. And so he made all the zones smaller, but only for the game modes he plays. Do you see what I mean? So all the 1v1 ones have small zones now, but the team ones don't because he doesn't play teams, so... Well, I mean, he did a bit. He would participate in the 2v2 tournaments with Tiberius and beat us all up, but he didn't play big team games, and so that, you know, this didn't get touched. That's my take on it. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, this guy has messed this up. You can shift up, hold shift, F, click, B, click. With shift still held the whole time, F, click, B, click, F, click, B, click, and you can just queue up smoke and move orders, and these can never be counter-batteried, unless the enemy's really clued in, or it's like 2-vet RT or something, which VDV obviously don't have good RT, so to be honest, he could just stand still, which is what he's doing. There was no red inf in the hill forest, only a boatload of ATGMs. Oh, that explains it then. So we've got 50-50 on the votes. Obviously this has been running for a while, but the ball is very much in Blue's corner here. Here we go, so Minigrad's coming in here. But yeah, you really need to get this shift queuing on the go. You save yourself so much time, you don't have to keep referring to it. So they've sent in the infantry to try and deal with this. Oh, Su-24 bomber takes out the CV, but he's already got another one here, and they can do this all game, and eventually those bombers will die. Obviously that one didn't, but maybe because there's no Eyehawk here. I don't know if I mentioned that. Anyway, cluster mortar coming out on the on where the mini-grads used to be, so it's not going to accomplish anything. Big sad. And yeah, some M109's purchased here, and yeah, red is totally screwed, dude. They are, unless blue like suddenly has a seizure, or you know, just decides to mong out, which is well regarded in the anime community. that does happen among anime viewers. Too many flashing lights, you know. So that might happen, but otherwise, Red is screwed because look at this. All they have to do is send a recon unit forwards, artillery. Send a recon unit, artillery, and they've got 20 minutes to sort that out. Now, having said that, Red has taken this forest back, but they can't get back in here because of all the stuff. Kokon goes in on the H.A. Abrams here, and yeah, there's just too much here. What I would say is Blue really should have tried to take this. It's a big shame that they didn't go for it. And also, they should have a Milan 2 here, because then you shoot everybody coming down here. They're not doing that. AT going in on the HA. He's going for the pivots, actually. Chappie's miss. Chappie's eventually hit, because there's lots of them. Or Roland's miss and Chappie's hit. These two went on the Akula and took it out. They're only 130 points. And the Akula's like, what, 240? Something like that. Yeah, Red feeding planes now. This is what happens to airborne players. They eventually lose too many planes and just the artillery starts catching up with them. So they had a good run, but I really do think it's Jova. And I'll be honest, Pasta's build-up here is beginning to pay off. He is just, you know, there were 4 here at the start, now there are 2, but he's taken the position, so actually I think he's about to unceremoniously untake the position. Yeah. Position untaken. Oh, man. There's this thing in this game called threat level. Threat level is the reason why your tank, when it gets an enemy down to 1 HP, starts aiming at the other tank instead of finishing the first guy. Threat level is determined by a base value on the unit, and it will decide what the AI shoots at. It is also determined by suppression. If you're fully suppressed, you lose threat level, which is why it re-aims. Now, CV units have the highest threat level, because obviously any player would want to focus those down, so Yujin are like, well, okay, we'll just make the AI also focus it down and save you the trouble. It's supposed to help you, right? So when you send a whole boatload of cars through with a CV in the middle, and you're like, haha, they'll never get me, there's so many other guys here, they're gonna get the CV. so just something to keep in mind. And this is the Olaf Scholz rearmament program. Germans actually believe this could happen. So there you go. Apparently, sitting there for 20 minutes buying these things does eventually pay off. But they do die in one hit to Conquer's M's. Actually, no, they don't! Because this is 23 instead of 24. It needs to be 24. That's why they're all surviving on 1 HP. Obviously, if you shoot them twice, they die. But, yeah, very cool looking attack here. Big artillery play. Massive arty play. The mortars have stopped shooting. They've got another CV in here now. They just need to buy another one already because it will just keep getting sniped because that's all that Red can do now is try and snipe CVs. Eagle goes down there to the double MiG-31s. But yeah, what a game. What a game. Really cool game. And F-104s get one-shot by Mi-31s at mega range because this has 8 HE. It also one-shots the Alpha Jets, which have 6 HP. Yeah, they're panicking, dude. This game is Jover. But yeah, look at this. I'm not sure what's going on here. Basically, you want to get some recon with your guys. Like, these guys should be up here, and there should definitely be some vehicular recon here, because you can't see anything. They're all shooting you. So they're taking big losses for basically no reason. So they send in the Iltis. This building has been destroyed. The K is 250. The smoke hasn't landed yet. This really should just kill that. Oh, he landed it. He landed it. Oh, it's shooting. The Vickers, 26 AP, will one-shot these if it hits. Here we go. Smoke coming back in now. And yeah, 17 minutes to cling on for Red. They've actually, I thought they'd be out by now. It does help that this is in the wrong place. It should be here, really. Or there should be a recon here. There should be an Igla here. A manpad of some sort. Strela, Fliegerfast. And yeah, this is in a good spot. And they also, like, they need to try and take this, really. Just running into the town doesn't help you too much. You need to take this. And then use that to take this. And then you stop getting shot in the side, which is very annoying. double AA trying to go in on the KA, and look at all those Strelas. They're not making it out. And this only deals... Oh, it used to deal 4, but they changed it to 5. But it was a very long time ago, so I can't have that as an excuse. And yeah, there's not much AA here except this VLRA 20, especially when you're playing against Slavia. The guy really enjoys helicopters, and 35Y is well up his alley in that regard. Yeah, oh, they haven't moved him this time. They haven't moved him this time. Getting a little bit sloppy here, and down they go. First drone observed, although Chaparrals and Roland 2s are very good against these. Gepard's really what you want for it, but they don't get the Gepard, so... Oh, the Pivads as well, but the Pivads doesn't have the range. This man really... why do they keep not smoking?
I like money.
Die Sky became a member.
Thank you for becoming a member, I really do appreciate it. So, you get early access to videos, and you get members exclusive videos at a rate of 1 a week. The members exclusive video this week was First UK versus 8th US, rank 17 player versus a rank 18 player. I'm the rank 18 in that case. Obviously, I'm the rank 1 player, but I'm temporarily embarrassed. So he's not actually in the smoke here. Oh my god. If they keep doing this for 15 minutes, they can win. I think Blue's beginning to run out of CVs here. There's at least one more because there's this one and this one, right? But no, okay, yeah. This is what I meant about just keep them coming, and like he needs to queue this up. He needs to queue this up. The smoke keeps stopping, and it should be more spread out, and he needs to queue it up. But he doesn't have to worry about the mini grads anymore because they died. So Blue finally decided to take this, which will help them a lot because it's another place they can hide CVs, and then they need to come up here and sort this out. Alpha Jet dies in 1 hit to MiG-31, as we spoke about. And yeah, Blue still getting bullied by the manpads. I do like how when you put smoke, never hide it in the middle of the smoke, because the middle of the smoke is exactly what the enemy's going to target, right, to maximize his chance of hitting. So another thing you could do is smoke here, and just hide behind it in the open. Look, he's targeting the middle of the smoke. So that's really good. And whoa. Yeah, well, you can view all the VODs. You can view all the VODs. Just click on my name below the video. My name, of course, is Hippie. Oh, it's actually Heinrich. I am Mr. Heinrich Hitler. Soon to be Dr. Heinrich Hitler, God willing, in a few months. Although, this has been 2 months away for 6 months. So, it's probably going to be like July or something. And, yeah, they're on this cheeky +2 here. They need it for like, so if it's 20 minutes for 1,700 points, then that means it's 10 minutes for 800 points or whatever. So, and they only need like 300. So they only need to keep this up for about 5 minutes, something like that. Yeah. I mean, this is certainly one way to conduct an operation. Like, where's the combined arms? Look at this, a beautiful symphony of combined arms. Recon, AA, short range and long range AA, mortars, howitzers, helicopters, recon, ATGMs, infantry. And over here you've got, now I buy 5 Jaegers, now I buy 5 M48s, now I buy 5 more Jaegers. And then here comes the helicopter, brrr, right? There's no AA. Oh well. So Red have decided to try and come back in over here. Blue, they do need to get this fire team Dragon over here, really, and try and get somebody in here. But they're not doing that. I need to check Twitch. Maybe somebody asked a question on Twitch. Thankfully, we have no Twitch views because everybody realizes Slovenians crying right now, seeing the femboys lose. I got a very angry Czech comment on my Czech. There we go. Now I buy 5 more Jaeger. Now I buy 5 more Jaeger. Look, here's 2 dead Jaeger in their transports, maybe 3 there. And he stopped smoking again because he just doesn't want to queue up those orders. He just doesn't want to queue up those orders. Give the enemy a fighting chance, I guess. This is a lot of artillery. Has he put it on return fire? No, it's not. It's just going straight in. Yeah, you just need to queue up the orders, bro. Then you don't have to worry about it. Like I said, Shift F, click. Oh, well, okay. Shift B, click. Keep Shift held. F, click. B, click. F, click. B, click. F, click, right? And you're fine. Or it can just be B, click, right, click here. It doesn't have to be a fast move. It's obviously better if it is. Depending on if there's roads around. I generally put my mortars on like side roads like this. Obviously this is a bit far forwards really. Maybe back here or down here, and then you can fast move them and it helps avoid the counter battery if it's fast moving between shots instead of regular moving. Here we go, Pivad's engaged now. And yeah, that's a great target for that thing. I don't think he's noticed yet. But yeah, +2 for blue. Red's counter-attack here. Doing okay, but I think the mortar died. I think the mortar was aggressively counter-batteried, which is what we like to see. I really do like this. He knows every reinforcement that's coming in. If he'd put it back here, he'd know it more. For longer, but... And he'd be safer as well, because this might see him. Apache being brought in here. Really good combined arms. Here's the red CV, but everybody's dead now. And the mortar being dead, obviously not great. Double Eagle coming in for the Akula. And down it got Eagle Mirage combo. And here comes the MiG, many MiGs. Really, there should always be a MiG-31 up. Always. All the time. Because then you would see those before they come in. Because of the air optics, and you could duck. And you could start slinging missiles at them. And you might evac him in one missile, depending on the angle. So, they're in. And the tick stops. Now, presumably, that's not going to last very long. Although they're going for he's going for the helicopter positions. Phantom goes down there. Massive air battle. This cluster thing could be deployed. These could be deployed. Lots of things could be done here. Looks like they're going for the high altitude bombers. Should evac that straight away, really. MiG-31 going a bit deep there. A bit way too deep there. And dies, and this went down to those high altitude bombers, so there you go. Having self-propelled mortars is honestly so useful because it makes them immune to counter battery if you watch less anime. I mean, I hope he watches this video, so at least he learns something. He's been manually doing this the whole time. The amount of attention that's wasting, there's no reason to do that. They're self-propelled. Queue up the orders. Milan 2 finally put up here, but died, and I'm just really surprised there was no Milan 2 put here, or I don't know if third would bring a TOW 2 team. But yeah, Milan 2 here, or even just a Bradley here, right? You could shoot it, these would be dead. They wouldn't get in. You would kill them. And like putting it here is sort of useful, but it does get outranged. Here's where you want it to be. And the best part is there's two buildings. This is the better one. You can also put it here, and then whichever one they arty, you got a chance of living. So there's always room for improvement. I mean, it's easy for me to just sit here and talk. And talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and never ever shut up. That is very, very easy for me.
I like money.
Ninja, subscribe to the channel.
Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Oh, here we go. Blanket bomber. This guy's dead. This guy's alive. What? Okay. Yeah. But yeah, it's very difficult to keep it going during the game. But yeah, this mortar thing is something people need to know about. And this guy was ranked 20th, so he's really got no excuses for not knowing.
Hello, I like money.
Josh Thiel, subscribe to the channel.
Thank you for subscribing to the channel, Josh. I do appreciate it. Please do subscribe. It gives me legitimacy. It also makes YouTube annoy you more with my videos, thus increasing the chance of you watching my videos. But yeah, it increases my legitimacy. It helps me, so I can go to companies now. I need to do this more, but because of the PhD and everything, I've not really been doing it. I was wondering when we'd see these, if we'd see these. And I can say, I've got 10,000 subscribers, give me early access. In a nice way, right? They are all going to die because there's so much AA here, but it was a nice idea.
Hello, I like money.
Big Eaton's super shattered $2.58.
Very
What
kind
was
of
the
you.
angry Czech comment?
What was the angry Czech comment? I'll show you after this game, because we're watching this. I'll show you after this game. But yeah, thank you, I do appreciate it. It's weird, that didn't show up on my end. I don't know if... Oh, my chat has been bugged out for ages! My chat has been bugged out for ages. So you guys have been talking, I've not been seeing it. It's just been stuck like this. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I was like, wow, nobody's saying anything. That's really weird. I do apologise. I must have missed a lot of questions. See, I'm not sure what happened there. My internet spazzed out. Like, it's not loaded anything. I probably ran out of RAM or something. I bought an extra stick of RAM, like, a year ago, and I still haven't put it in my computer because I'm very lazy. Where is it? It was on my desk. But... Anyway, blue wins. Now I can show you that angry check comment. So, as you can see, this guy used to be rank 1. He's only played 1 rank game since the reset, so that's the only reason why that's like that. This guy was ranked 20th, now he's about rank 81. Atla, rank 328. Doesn't play that many rank games though, like 70% win rate. You can get it all the way up to, like, you know, rank 20 if you do that. And Slavia, 100% win rate with 1 game, so I was ranked 20th now. So yeah, I do apologise for missing all these comments. So, yeah, it was a recent one, so I'll show you the comment. Let me find it. Slavia, 100. So, sorry, this has taken a while. So there you go. Anime beat femboys. And that's your power hierarchy there. Hierarchy. Right, here we go. It's going to be around here somewhere. So this is like, it shows most of the comments I receive in one page, but not all of them. So when I'm on the train tomorrow, I'm just going to go through this and answer as many as I can. I managed to do quite a lot there. So, you know, this is obviously, this guy's just chilling out. It's just a joke. But there was one where... Oh, it must have been filtered out or something. That's so annoying. Because, yeah, it filters out comments that it thinks I won't like. And so I can't see them, even though it's really annoying. So the way you got to fix it is you go on the video and then you sort by newest. And so if I ever don't answer your comment, that's why. And I can't turn this off. Yeah, here we go. Oh, he edited this in, but he said 2 points. Slovaks are actually to blame for a lot of stuff. Yes, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. And then he goes on to say that the Czechs being occupied by the Soviets and then going into Afghanistan and occupying Afghanistan is not irony, since it was anti-terror intervention to support legal government. So I'm not sure if you know the history, but basically in 2001, I think it was, the Taliban were the government. And the guys we went in to support were called the Northern Alliance, and they lived in like the little tiny slip at the top of the country that the Taliban couldn't clear them out for because it was a mountain range. So you know, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say that they're the good guys, right? I wouldn't say that the Soviets are the good guys either. But I mean, it's very, very funny that somebody could have an opinion like that. It's okay when we do it. So that was the comment. So in terms of this, right, I need to go eat and then prepare my videos for tomorrow. So I think there are other people streaming, but I can't do like raids. And there's only one person watching on Twitch, who I think is me. But I think Atla might be streaming. Let's try and find that. I know he's got a Twitch channel on YouTube. He is not streaming. Okay, that's a shame. But if you want more FOB stuff, this is the guy who organizes it. He puts in all the prize pools and everything. So yeah, sadly he's not streaming this time. And then if you want more...
Hello, I like money.
Tossos Neolikos subscribed to the channel.
Thank you for subscribing to the channel. So we've got a wooden box here, and we've got Icarus. Icarus helped organize it. I think Zio is probably in the tournament, and I assume Box is casting. So I think P-Bat's just playing ranked. I've got nothing against him, but there is a tournament on at the moment, and that's what you guys are here to see. So I recommend these channels. Box is British, so I don't know if that matters. But yeah, Icarus helped organize the tournament, so you will see some stuff there. And I, you know, thanks for watching. So unless there's any other urgent questions, I'm going to go eat and then get ready for tomorrow. So GG Kryjev, although it says message retracted, so I'm not sure what he said there. And Yeah, GG everybody. I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you for watching the tournament. It's a shame I can't stay for longer, but I got to go see my family. So they can say things like, "You look really tired. Are you sleeping okay?" And I'll say, "No, I'm miserable." But yeah, Ema Barak.